This is Inspector Parker on the investigation of 610-1 Alpha incident. I'm here with Junior Researcher Garcia. Good evening, Mr. Garcia.
Has it been contained? Please tell me it's over.
Yes, we'd be glad to hear that the breach has been contained.
Thank God.
We do have some questions regarding the initial breach, so we are hoping you will cooperate to help us paint a better picture as we are a bit disorganized about the events ourselves.
Of course.
Good. Now, Mr. Garcia, where were you exactly when the containment was breached?
I was out on an expedition in the northern part of Russia. I was doing geological surveys where we first caught SCP-610.
And who was in charge of the research on SCP-610?
It was my superior, Dr. Daniels.
Mr. Garcia?
Are they watching us? The 05 Council.
Yes, Mr. Garcia.
You should have let us kill it before something like this would happen. This could turn into a real nightmare.
Unfortunately, Mr. Garcia, it is already too late for that.
What do you mean?
Let's get started. We have much to cover. Now, for the record, Mr. Garcia, what exactly is SCP-610?
Well, SCP-610 is a virus that acts as a contagious skin disease. The virus rapidly spreads through any living organism. Once affected, they transform into a grotesque mass of living flesh. Individuals become very hostile in their attempt to spread the virus even further.
And how were subjects infected with SCP-610 contained?
As Foundation protocol, each infected subject is held in a steel-reinforced 8x8 containment room, with Foundation personnel restricted to performing tests without the use of remote-operated vehicles. Personnel must be decontaminated before and after they're entering and exiting the testing areas.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia. Now let's start from the beginning, shall we? At around 10:13 p.m., one of our containment facilities 60 miles away from the city of Washington experienced electrical issues due to repairs being conducted on the on-site power station. Multiple SCP-610 infected escaped during the power failure. Security forces were dispatched to address the containment breach, but were overwhelmed due to the number of infected. The backup generators activated and sent out an automated emergency signal to other nearby Foundation sites.
How was it possible for them to escape? The secondary power unit should have activated and turned on the incinerator. That would have terminated all infected subjects in order to prevent a containment breach.
The secondary power units failed to activate. Your superior, Dr. Daniels, was supposed to ensure that the secondary safety measures were in working order in his daily inspections. Security footage would suggest that he failed to do so the day of the breach. Now, do you have any idea why that would be, Mr. Garcia?
Why the hell would I know? I told you. I wasn't even at the site at the time. Where the hell was Dr. Daniels when this happened anyways? Every time I accompanied him on daily inspections, he was always so adamant on ensuring that those safety measures were in working conditions.
In the event of a containment breach, Dr. Daniels is to oversee the recontainment operations to ensure successful containment. He was absent from the recontainment efforts.
Well, where the hell was he?
He was found in a supply closet on the second floor, dead, a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head.
Oh my God. I would have never known.
Apologies for the loss, Mr. Garcia. We have much more to discuss. Due to the escape, our field agents were put on high alert to monitor radio and media to watch for any suspicious activity that might signal where the 5 SCP-610 subjects went. About 2.5 hours after the breach, field agents picked up a police radio of callers claiming that their families were being attacked by people made of flesh.
This is why me and Dr. Daniels kept submitting forms to increase funding, to try and terminate SCP-610 for good. This breach was a matter of when, not if, but when.
You did have a considerable budget to study SCP-610. Most of that research appears to have gone to attempt developing a cure for this virus. Such a shame that it didn't work.
What do you mean it didn't work? Our lab tests were showing major progress in reversing or halting the effects of this virus. You assholes wanted to keep those things alive? They're not even human.
Our only concern is to secure, contain, and protect. Nothing else and nothing more. Let's continue. Within a matter of 3 hours, the infection had managed to spread a considerable distance in the city of Washington and nearby St. George. The local police had blocked off all the major roads in and out of the cities, giving our mobile task force units time to arrive on the scene as disguised as U.S. military forces. MTF Epsilon 11 swept the northeast sector, while MTF Epsilon 9 swept the southeast sector simultaneously. They would encircle the epicenter of the infection zone to kill the infected host and eliminate any remaining SCP-610 instances. The group tasked with evacuating the rest of the citizens from the surrounding area was engaged in heavy combat. As the larger presence of people in a concentrated area attracted many of the infected, there was a significant amount of casualties. An entire Epsilon 11 team was killed, some of the Foundation's best members. Most of the recording equipment was destroyed, but we managed to recover one image from the squad member's body camera.
I'm sorry
Sorry for what exactly, Mr. Garcia?
for everything. Our cure was supposed to work. We have put so much time and effort to try and prevent this from happening. It was all for nothing. What was the final casualty count?
138 civilian and 24 Foundation personnel. 162 casualties in total.
So that's why you brought me here? To blame it on someone? To pin all the death onto one person to wipe your hands clean?
Casualties are normal in this line of work. We just need to find out why this breach occurred and how we can correct it in the future.
You people are animals. So what happens now? I get killed? I step out of that room and that's the last thing I see?
We have other plans in place, Mr. Garcia. The O5 Council has unanimously decided that you have been promoted to head researcher and you may begin termination projects on SCP-610.
You mean I could finally kill it?
You can try. Now, Mr. Garcia, is there anything you would like to say for the record?
No, I believe that is all.
Then that concludes the third session on the investigation on Incident 610-1 Alpha. Good day, Mr. Garcia.
Have your suspicions been confirmed, Inspector?
It was short of a proper confession, but I believe so.
He seemed none the wiser. Good work, Inspector.
When we inform him that we believe he and Dr. Daniels orchestrated the initial breach.
After he kills it. Remember, Mr. Garcia was officially killed during that breach. The world believes he is dead. Do not fail us, Inspector.
Understood.